Hey, I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief 29. Microsoft recently released Windows Media Player 11. It's gorgeous, but bloody hell, it doesn't include support for podcasting. It seems that Microsoft really only cares to work with big media companies like Viacom. But hey, podcasters don't really need them. We've got iTunes, and even better, wait until you see what Podshow is building to make the experience of getting independently produced entertainment so much simpler for listeners and viewers. But you know what really bothers me, and it's one of the main reasons I'm a Mac user? Microsoft doesn't seem to put the user experience first. I get email every day asking us to produce a Windows Media Player format, and we'll be giving that a try soon. But why can't Microsoft accept that user enjoyment of your product should have a higher priority than DRM and antique media protectionism? Robert Scoble should be running Microsoft. Can anybody make that happen? Man, this is supposed to be a happy show. It's funny, somebody left a review on iTunes that says Geek Brief made them feel warm and fuzzy about tech. I think we're going to adopt that as our new tagline. Attention lovers of smartphones. On May 31st, you can order yourself a Motorola Q from Verizon. It's as thin as a razor, phone, not blade, has a QWERTY keyboard. That word is way fun to type, by the way. Has a thumb wheel for navigation. The thing that really excites me is that you can download entertainment on the go. It connects to the internet using EVDO. It also includes Microsoft Office and runs Windows Mobile 5.0. A company called Keyspan is working, it seems like, to build a remote control for just about anything computer or iPod related. I've had a chance to play with 3 of them. The AV dock for iPod does exactly what you'd think. Plug your iPod into it and control the iPod using an RF remote. It has a line-out jack and an S-video jack to connect your iPod to a TV. I listen to podcasts at the day job, and it's nice to be able to control the audio from across the room or even through walls. It's powered by USB and includes an AC to USB adapter that conveniently also charges a Razr phone. The front row RF remote, also from Keyspan, includes a small RF receiver and an RF remote to extend the functionality of front row. We connected our G5 to a projector and watched movies in Tiki Bar on the big screen for the first time. We hadn't done that before because the infrared Apple remote has a limited range. Keyspan sent those 2 remotes a week after I purchased their iTunes remote, which is my favorite. The buttons can be programmed to operate as keyboard hotkeys. It works with Windows or Macs just like the AV dock. There's nothing fancy about the Keyspan remotes. They're just simple and useful because they enhance the experience of other products I depend on. 4 or 5 years ago, everyone was talking about a future of convergence where many devices would be integrated into one. Kind of like a Swiss Army knife. That's happened to some extent, especially with phones, but who would have predicted a company would dedicate itself so thoroughly to converging bathrooms and television? Aquavision integrates TVs into bathroom tiles, bathroom mirrors, and now warming towel racks. It has a floating remote control, and when you turn the telly off, the screen appears to be a normal bathroom mirror. Oh, and one more thing. Neil and I released the first episode of Geek Brief on December 23rd, 5 months ago today. Other than watching, neither of us had any video experience, on camera or off. We didn't really expect you guys to show up and watch until we figured out what the heck we were doing. But you did show up, and we really, really appreciate that. So many of you have shown up, in fact, that thanks to you, thanks to Podshow, and thanks to marketing partners like GoDaddy.com, where you can get 10% off a domain name or renewal or hosting using promo code GB1. We're announcing today that the tyranny of the day job is over. We'll start doing Geek Brief full-time within the next 30 days. Yay! Oh, and thank you to Don and Drew for inspiring us to try this. Everything we've done so far on the brief has just been us figuring out what's possible in this medium. If you want to laugh, go back and watch the first brief. Our goal is to produce a fun tech news show that makes all of you who watch feel warm and fuzzy about wires and microchips. And when we know we've made you laugh or smile for a few minutes, it is the most awesome feeling in the world. Neil and I have worked for a wonderful company for the past 5 years, and because of the nature of the business, we live in an apartment above our office. Quitting the day job means we have to move, and moving means we have to pack. This will be the last brief before we move, so thanks for staying subscribed. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with brief number 30. I'm Callie Lewis, your soon-to-be full-time fearless leader. I've got to go pack. Bye, Don Curtis. Falling off. Okay. Let's do this thing.
Another Podshow video podcast. Stick it on your screen.